following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, the home for great games.
Hello, football fans. Welcome to the Week 6 edition of WFL Primetime. This is your host, Glenn Walker, joining you from the Replay Sports Channel studios. The 2024 season is near the halfway point, and the four division leaders are being tested. The Europa Division leading Rome Gladiators traveled to Memphis to play the Central Division leading Express. In Birmingham, the Americans, atop the Atlantic, played host to Los Angeles. Finally, in Las Vegas, the Pacific Division leading Outlaws got more than what they bargained for with the DC Guardians. So without further ado, let's go to the highlights. But first, this highlight show is brought to you by the book The Red Zone Murders. When an old Army buddy is murdered, Private Eye Joe Maxwell embarks on a journey to find out who did it and why. The Red Zone Murders takes place over the course of the 1948 football season. Along the way, Maxwell has to deal with undercover Russian agents, a former Nazi war criminal, a presidential election, and an enemy from his past. The Red Zone Murders takes you through the changing landscape of professional football as the sport navigated its way into the television age. Grab your copy today at Amazon. The link to the book will be in the show description. Our first stop today, Berlin, Germany, where the 1-4 Berlin Thunder play host to the 0-5 San Antonio Commanders. Berlin has lost 2 in a row, taking on this week the number 20 pass defense in the league. No score until late in the first quarter. Patrick Mahomes, operating out of the pistol, connects with Zay Flowers on a 16-yard pass. Say it with Flowers, as they say. And then, on the next play, Mahomes connects with the running back Dalvin Cook from 5 yards out. Thunder lead it 7-0. A little bit later on in the first quarter, recently acquired Russell Wilson hits Noah Brown for 25 yards. And then on the next play, working out of that 21 formation, Wilson to Brown again, and we have a tie ball game. Last play, or near the end of the first quarter, Mahomes would hook up with Greg Kittle on a 26-yard pass connection. That would set up the Gano 35-yard field goal. Thunder lead at 10-7. We move into early second quarter. Ford eludes the safety and will run for 32 yards. That'll set up McManus's 48-yard field goal, tied at 10. Late in the second quarter, Mahomes, great protection, but he's picked off by the safety, Jonathan Abram. That turnover would help set up Wilson's 16-yard touchdown pass in a moment. First, incomplete pass to Boyd. But on 3rd and 13, from the Berlin 16, Wilson to Ingram, 16 yards. And Commanders leading 17-10 at halftime. Thunder, first possession of the third quarter. Shovel pass to Ache. 26-yard run that would set up a Gano 40-yard field goal. Berlin trails 17-13. Still late in the third quarter, Kittle 56-yard. He could go all the way. Touchdown. Berlin takes the lead. Near the end of the third quarter, Mahomes connects with Khalif Raymond for 38 yards. Again, playing against the last-ranked pass defense in the league. Drive carries over into the fourth quarter. Mahomes to Cook once again from 7 yards out. Berlin has a 10-point lead. And then trouble begins for San Antonio. Wilson back to pass. He's going to be picked off by Evans. That would set up another Graham Gano field goal. Berlin leads it 30-17. Under 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. Wilson to Brown inside the 15, trying to get back into the game. Wilson is picked off by Brandon Jones. Second interception of the quarter. Long return by Jones would help set up the touchdown run by the running back Cook. We'll have that touchdown run for you in a second. From the 2, lone setback. Cook finds the hole into the end zone. Touchdown. They go for the 2-point conversion. And it's 38-17. Time running out for the Commanders. Wilson's going to have to throw. Under 6 minutes to go. Looking for a receiver. He's going to go long. Finds Noah Brown for 40 yards. Then from the 3, Wilson to Ford. Touchdown, 38-24. Gano would then go on to kick his 4th field goal of the day and extend the lead to the final score, 41-24. Berlin, 6 red zone trips in this game, 3 touchdowns, 3 field goals. San Antonio also hurt themselves. 12 penalties for 75 yards in this one. Player of the game, Patrick Mahomes, 27 of 45, 308 yards and 3 touchdowns. In Paris, 2 and 3 Legends play host to the 1 and 4 Detroit Wheels. Take you out to the Stade de France. First quarter action. First quarter action. Paris on the move. Burrow working out of the shotgun. He's going to connect with the H-back, Daniel Bellinger, for 12 yards. Paris taking on the number 20th ranked red zone defense. They would have to settle for a Carlson field goal from 34 yards out. 3-0 Paris. O'Connell, rookie quarterback for Detroit, gets the wheels to midfield halfway through the first quarter, but he is picked off by Trayvon Moehrig. Fast forward into the second quarter, and Burrow is going to be chased in the end zone by Al Woods, and he's tackled for a safety. It's 3-2. Got a baseball score going there. Carlson would add on another field goal before halftime, and the score would be 6-2. Move on to the third quarter. Burrow connecting with tight end David Njoku for 28 yards. Carlson adds a 43-yard field goal. Scores now 9-2. Still in the third quarter. Burrow checks down to running back Breece Hall. Hall, 52-yard gain. But again, field goal time. Carlson good from 31 yards. Heading into the fourth quarter, Paris with a 10-point lead. We finally get to see a touchdown. Late in this one, Nick Chubb going to take it around the right end from 10 yards out, 19-2. Carlson would add a fifth field goal on the day. Legend with an odd score, 22-2 over the Wheels. Paris, 401 yards total offense, dominated time of possession, 39 minutes, 38 seconds. Detroit limited to just 169 yards offense, 3 of 16 on third down. Joe Burrow is your player of the game, 37 of 49, 363 yards passing. Arizona at Tampa Bay. Rattlers come in, losing 3 in a row. Tampa Bay winners of 3 in a row. First quarter action. Tampa Bay with the ball first. Rookie quarterback Will Levis. Plenty of time to throw. Gonna chuck it long to Cooper Kupp. Good for 38 yards. Later on in the drive, hands off to Gus Edwards. Up the middle. Touchdown Tampa Bay. They lead at 7-0. Brock Purdy. First possession for the Rattlers. Back to pass. And he's picked off by safety Geno Stone, who's going to take it back 49 yards for a Tampa Bay touchdown, 14-0. Rattlers on the move, late first quarter. Purdy finds McBride on a 15-yard pass. Move into the second quarter. Have to settle for a Pinheiro 26-yard field goal, 14-3 early second quarter. This time Levis is going to send the gift to the defense. Stingley Jr. with the interception. And Arizona is able to convert the turnover into points. Purdy, again with great protection, fires toward the end zone to a wide open Jalen Waddle. Tampa Bay leads at 14-10. Still early second quarter. Purdy connects near side with Darnell Mooney for 30 yards. He's finally tackled out of bounds inside the 10. That worked so good, let's try it again. Purdy to Mooney, but they missed the PAT. Irregardless, Arizona leads at 16-14. Tampa Bay on the move before halftime. Levis connects with Kupp again on a 28-yard pass play. Tackled near the 5-yard line. They'll mark him at the 7. And then Levis calls his own number into the end zone. Touchdown. Tampa Bay leads at 21-16 at the half. Late third quarter, Travis Etienne, slash and run, 6-yard touchdown. Again, another missed PAT. Arizona leads it by 1. We move to the fourth quarter. First play, Levis rolls right, connects with Cole Kmet for 7 yards. They go for 2 here. And it's good. Tampa Bay leads at 29-22. Arizona relying on the running of Travis Etienne again. He could go all the way. 39-yard touchdown run. We're tied at 29. Exciting game here at Raymond James Stadium. Edwards on a 13-yard run. Gets them inside the 20, but they have to settle for a Ryland 32-yard field goal. Puts Tampa Bay back on top. Late in the fourth quarter, 32-29. Under 3 minutes to go. Arizona trying to come back on the road, trying to end a 3-game losing streak. Purdy connects with DeAndre Hopkins from 33 yards out. Purdy over 300 yards passing in this game. Minute and a half to go. Purdy, 4 wide receiver, 1 running back set, back to pass. Completes it to Hopkins again. 2-minute warning. Purdy to Waddle. 7-yard touchdown. 22nd touchdown already for Purdy this season. They take the lead 36-32. Levis back to pass. And it goes again, the Cisco kid, Andre Cisco with the interception. Arizona holds on for a 36-32 win. Brock Purdy, your player of the game, 32 of 61, 404 yards, 3 touchdowns. Arizona, 565 yards in total offense. In Chicago, the London Knights making their first trip to the Windy City since 2012. Come into the day at 4-1, taking on the 3-2 Chicago Fire. Both teams exchanged field goals in the first quarter, so we're going to move ahead to the second quarter. Late first quarter, Derek Carr completes a pass to Drake London for 28 yards. And then we're officially into the second quarter. On that same drive, Carr, working out of the shotgun, finds an open Dalton Schultz. 13-yard touchdown. London leads it 10-3. Fire. Mayfield hands off to Montgomery. 55-yard run. Doesn't go all the way, but it does set up a Cameron Dicker 23-yard field goal. London leads at 10-6. Christian McCaffrey gets the handoff from Carr. Goes off tackle right for 20 yards. Then London finishes off the drive. Derek Carr, 20-yard touchdown pass to Drake London. Knights lead 17-6 at the half. Chicago begins a comeback. Mayfield, 22-yard pass to Jerry Jeudy. A couple of plays later, working out of that 11 personnel, Mayfield. Another completion to Jeudy, this time for 29 yards out. And what the heck, it's working good. Let's do it again. Mayfield to Jeudy, near side for a 15-yard touchdown. The Fire pull within 4, 17-13. London forced to punt. Chicago gets the ball back. Mayfield to George, slim pickings for 10 yards, and Chicago takes the lead 20-17. But then disaster strikes. Mayfield scrambles from the pocket, forced to throw off his back foot, and it's intercepted by Von Bell. London able to get points out of that turnover. CMC from 5 yards out. London regains the lead 24-20. We're late in the third. Mayfield again making an ill-advised throw here. Patrick Peterson with the interception that would set up Aubrey's field goal. It's 27-20. London. Montgomery with a handoff here. Hit, fumble, and it's going to be recovered by London. 3 turnovers by Chicago in one quarter. final seconds, Carr completes a 15-yard touchdown pass to Dalton Schultz. It's 34-20. London. We head to the fourth. Well, here's that touchdown to Dalton Schultz I was telling you about. Should be coming. There we go. To Dalton Schultz. Schultzy with the touchdown. 34-20. London. Chicago would add a field goal early in the quarter. 34-23. And then London can shut it out here. Carr to Schultz for 30. And then McCaffrey with a 6-yard touchdown that pretty much seals the deal for the Knights. Final score from Chicago, London 41, Chicago 23. Player of the game, Derek Carr. London Knight quarterback, 31 of 43, 306 yards, 3 touchdowns. London improves to 5-1. Chicago drops to 3-3. Next, we head to St. Louis, the Trans World Dome, where the 3-2 Stars play host to the 0-5 Barcelona Dragons. Both quarterbacks would be picked off on their opening possessions, so we move near the halfway point of the first quarter. And the woes would continue for Matthew Stafford in his return to the WFL. Forced to run, hit, fumble. Ball put up by the Stars. But they're not able to convert. Next drive, Stafford intercepted by Simmons. This time, St. Louis is able to convert it into points. Tua connects with the rookie tight end Sam Laporta for 13 yards, 7-0. St. Louis. Dragons fans have been yelling for Barkley to be used more. Well, you want it? Here you go. You got it. After we have the false start penalty on Smith. And a defensive encroachment penalty on the defense. Now, you want Barkley, you get Barkley. Stafford hands off to Barkley, and he could go all the way. 89 yards as he watches the video in the end zone of his touchdown. 7-all at the end of one. Bass would hit 2 field goals to extend St. Louis's lead to 13-7. Late second quarter, Stafford completes a 21-yard pass to Woods. That would set up a Prater 40-yard field goal. St. Louis leads at 13 at the end of the half. Quarterback woes continue for both teams. As at the start of the third quarter, it's Tua's turn to turn the ball over. Hit, fumble. He's going to lose the ball, picked up by Barcelona. Prater ties the game with a 39-yard field goal. Dragons maybe winning their first game of the season. Don't get ahead of ourselves. Stafford back to pass. Hit as he throws. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Tied 13-all halfway through the third. Tua checks down underneath to Osborne from the U. That'll set up inside the 10 to the kid from the University of Miami, KJ Osborne, 7-yard touchdown. St. Louis regains the lead 20-13. Next possession, Tua, all day to throw, finds the Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith, for a 40-yard pass play. They'll disregard the offside on the defense. Move into the fourth quarter. Prater will convert a 22-yard field goal. It's 23-13 St. Louis. Lots of turnovers in this game. Tua, back to pass. Intercepted by Devon Witherspoon, who's going to take it to the house. 89-yard interception return touchdown. And Barcelona only down by 3 with under 6 minutes to go. They attempt an onside kick here. Very interesting strategy. Recovered by St. Louis. And St. Louis able to run out the clock. Hand off to Ramondre Stevenson. He's going to pick up 15 here. Gets knocked out of bounds near the 2. And he's going to finish off where he left off and pick up the touchdown. Final score from St. Louis. St. Louis 30, Barcelona 20. Teams combined for 7 turnovers in this game. Barcelona had 4 of them. St. Louis, 495 yards of offense, 41 minutes in time of possession compared to 18 minutes, 13 seconds for Barcelona. And we could have our first coaching change as reports out of Barcelona say that Mike McCarthy's days are numbered. We'll keep you posted. Player of the game, KJ Osborne, 8 receptions, 97 yards, and the touchdown. From a hot and steamy Azteca Stadium, the Mexico City Aztecs taking on the New York Generals. Generals, winner of 2 straight, trying to pick up a third one on the road with rookie quarterback Bryce Young. Take you halfway into the first quarter. New York with the ball. New York driving. Young operating out of the pistol. Back to pass. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Fast forward into the second quarter. Still no score. Young back to pass again. Connects with Rashid Shaheed for a 16-yard touchdown. New York leads at 7-0. Mexico City. Smith from the pistol. Delayed handoff to Derrick Henry. Henry goes on a 42-yard run. Finally tackled by Adebo there. 31-yard run. Sorry about that. Smith back to pass. Connects with Amari Cooper. Knocked down at the 2 or the 3. Then Smith going to hand off to Henry. No good. Can't get in there running the ball. Let's throw the ball. Checks down to Henry. King Henry into the end zone. We're tied at 7 at the half. We move to the third quarter. First possession of the quarter. Bryce Young going to use those legs. Picks up 18, tackled near midfield. He can run with the ball, but he's also susceptible to sacks. As we see here, Derek Brown gets the quarterback. Leads to a punt. Henry again. There goes that man. 36-yard run, which would set up a Crosby 33-yard field goal. 10-7, Mexico City leads going into the fourth quarter. They would add another field goal. And then New York, Myers, 56-yard field goal. The Generals only trail 13-10. Move forward to the next Mexico City possession. Pittman fumbled after he made the catch. Ball goes back to New York. Pass to Shaheed. Sets up the Myers 42-yard field goal. We're tied at 13. Things are getting interesting. Mexico City with the ball. 4:25 left. Smith with time to throw. Finds Michael Pittman Jr. for 22 yards. And it sets up a Crosby go-ahead field goal from 46 yards out. And for some reason here, Crosby decides to hit a squib kick, leaving the Generals with some good field position. Minute and a half to go in regulation. Generals down by 3. Young connects to Shaheed. Has the first down. 1 timeout remaining. Young to pass. Finds Devontae Adams. Trying to get out of bounds. He does. Finally, Myers comes on for the game-tying field goal with 65 seconds left. It's good, tied at 16. A minute left. Smith trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback. Throws, completes it to Amari Cooper at midfield. They use a timeout. 44 seconds left. Later in the drive, Smith sacked by Jonathan Bullard from Florida. 39 seconds left. 3rd and 18. They only have 1 timeout left. Smith with time completes it near side to Amari Cooper. Knocked out of bounds near the 25. Crosby on for the game-winning field goal. It's good. Mexico City holds on as we see the last attempt by Bryce Young. An incomplete pass. 22 seconds left. Dropped by Wilson. 16 seconds left. 3rd and 10. Sacked by Floyd. Forces New York to use their final timeout. Just 8 seconds left. Gonna have to go for it all here. And McNeil with the exclamation point as Mexico City wins a close one, 19-16 over the New York Generals. Derrick Henry, your player of the game, 26 carries, 151 yards in this game. Watching Week 6 edition of WFL Primetime. We'll be back after this message.
Some follow the road, others rewrite it. Introducing the 2025 Apex Striker GT, where innovation meets adrenaline. Powered by a twin-turbo V10 engine delivering 700 horsepower, the Apex Striker GT propels you from 0 to 60 in just 2.7 seconds. With dynamic all-wheel drive and precision-tuned handling, every twist and turn becomes an invitation. Luxury, performance, unstoppable confidence. The Apex Striker GT. Drive the extraordinary.
This telecast is copyrighted by the WFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions or accounts of the game without the WFL's consent is prohibited.
The Atlantic Division leading Birmingham Americans played host to the Los Angeles Wildcats last Sunday at Legion Field. We take you to late first quarter. No score between the Wildcats and the Americans. Dak Prescott conducting the offense for the Wildcats. Back to pass. Picked off by linebacker C.J. Mosley. That would help set up a Santos field goal. Birmingham leads at 3-0. They would add another field goal early in the second to make it a 6-0 lead. Gardner Minshew, halfway through the second quarter. Back to pass. Fires to Chris Godwin. Good for 30 yards. And the two would hook up again later in the drive. From 17 yards away. Americans lead at 13-0 at halftime. Santos had a third field goal, extend the lead to 16-0. First half, LA just 45 yards in total offense. Pick up some of it here. Prescott to Darius Slayton for 28. Koo would get a field goal from 36 yards out. They trail 16-3, start the fourth quarter. Screen pass to Pacheco from Minshew. Good for 20 yards. Sets up Santos' 29-yard field goal. Birmingham leads at 19-3. LA starts to make things interesting halfway through the fourth quarter. Prescott finds Robinson out leaping the defender. 19-10. Under 7 minutes to play. Minshew over the middle to Godwin for 25 yards. That'll set up another Santos field goal, making it 22-10. Prescott and the Wildcats driving with just 2.5 minutes left. Pass is complete to CeeDee Lamb. Gets out of bounds after 13 yards. From the 5, Prescott throws corner of the end zone. Incomplete, but they call holding on the defense, so they're going to move it a little bit closer. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Checks down to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Gets into the end zone for the touchdown. It's 22-17. Onside kick coming up. And it is recovered by Chase for Birmingham. Birmingham trying to seal the deal here. Oh, dangerous throw there by Minshew between the two defenders to his tight end, Juwan Johnson. Santos would add another field goal. Final score from Legion Field. Birmingham 25, Los Angeles 17. Your player of the game, Gardner Minshew, 34 of 52, 368 yards, 1 touchdown. Honorable mention, of course, to Cairo Santos, 6 of 6 in the field goal department. Birmingham has now won 5 games in a row, and they own first place in the Atlantic Division. Intriguing matchup at the Liberty Bowl in the rain between the 5-0 Rome Gladiators and the 4-1 Memphis Express. Early first quarter, Trevor Lawrence finds Deontay Johnson in the back of the end zone. Rome leads it 7-0. Memphis on a promising drive here, but Lamar Jackson picked off by Tre'Davious White. That would help set up a Moody 51-yard field goal. Rome leads it 10-0. Late first quarter, Lawrence all day to throw. Chucks this one up for Keenan Allen, good for 39 yards. Start of the second quarter, same drive. Lawrence underneath to Nico Collins from 10 yards, 17-0 Rome. Late in the second quarter, Memphis now finally on the move. Screen pass over to Josh Jacobs for 21 yards, finally tackled inside the 15. A little bit later on in the drive, the Jackson to Jacob connection again, good for 5 yards out. As the Express finally get on the scoreboard, they trail by 10, 17-7. Lawrence and company working the 2-minute drill before halftime. He'll connect with Deontay Johnson for 19 yards. No timeouts remaining for the Gladiators. Under a minute to go. Lawrence to Collins for 16 yards. Can't get out of bounds. 32 seconds left. Lawrence will spike the ball, stop the clock with 38 seconds. Back to pass, finds his tight end, Luke Musgrave, for a 14-yard touchdown. Another field goal would be added, believe it or not, just before the half. Rome leads at 27-7 at the intermission. Jackson back to pass, intercepted again by Julian Blackman. Moody would kick a field goal. It's 30-7 Rome. Desperate times for Memphis. Jacobs will take that screen pass and go 20 yards. Jackson was pressured all day by this Rome front four. Dorrance Armstrong from the defensive end position. They'd have to settle for a Fairbairn 43-yard field goal. They trail by 20, 30-10, heading into the fourth quarter. Early fourth quarter action. Jackson connects with number 4 wide receiver Alex Pierce for 14 yards. Stopped inside the 5. They'll mark him at the 6. Jacobs with a 6-yard touchdown run. They go for 2, but it fails. They trail 30-16. Rome tries to run some time, but there's still 6 minutes left. Time running out. Blackman with his second interception of the day. Memphis, 5 turnovers in this game. They have their 4-game win streak snapped and lose 30-16. Player of the game, Trevor Lawrence, 22 of 45, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns. In Las Vegas, the 5-0 defending champions, the Outlaws, playing host to the 1-4 DC Guardians. Take you to early first quarter. Jalen Hurts completes the pass to Elijah Moore. 30-yard touchdown. Outlaws lead at 7-0. Rookie quarterback sensation CJ Stroud gonna hook up with Brandon Ayuk on a 16-yard pass. Inside Outlaw territory, Stroud gonna keep this one himself. Picks up 19 yards. This will set up Elliott's 34-yard field goal. Guardians trail 7-3. Outlaws driving again, late second quarter. And Hurts is picked off by linebacker Fred Warner. This would set up another Elliott field goal. And the Guardians only trail 7-6. Then finally, just before halftime, Hurts finds an open Jacoby Myers, 14-6 at intermission. The score remains the same as we head into the fourth quarter. Early fourth quarter, Stroud drifts to his right, throws back to his left to Ayuk, good for 17 yards. A couple plays later, Stroud into the end zone for Brandon Ayuk, touchdown. They're going to go for two to tie the game. Williams in for the two-point conversion. Guardians playing surprisingly close to the defending world champions. Near the halfway point of the third quarter, Stroud gets sacked by Ogunjobi. Las Vegas' defense will record 9 quarterback sacks in this game. It would go to overtime. DC would have a possession, would be forced to punt. And as you saw, Matt Gay, 32-yard game-winning field goal with 2 minutes left. So Vegas taken to extra time by the Guardians, but they prevailed. They'll move to 6-0. Meanwhile, DC drops to 1-5. So, as we near the end of Week 6, we still have one more game to go. Let's take a look at your WFL 2024 standings. Rome still undefeated, 6-0, with that one-game lead over London. And then the rest of the teams listed there in the Europa Division. Barcelona at 0-6. News coming in from our inside reporter that a coaching change is imminent. We move over to the Atlantic Division. Birmingham now in front with a 5-1 record. Tampa Bay with the lost Arizona falls to second. Toronto in action Monday night against San Diego. Move to the Western Conference Central Division. We have a tie atop that division. Memphis and St. Louis both at 4-2. Chicago in third, all by their lonesomes at 3-3. San Antonio at 0-6. Todd Haley's days as head coach may be numbered as well. And in the Pacific Division, Vegas continues to cruise with a 3-game lead over a 3-way tie for second between Los Angeles, Mexico City, Arizona. San Diego could join that tie with a win against Toronto. And speaking of San Diego and Toronto, our Monday night football game ending Week 6 is the San Diego Fleet and the Toronto Hitmen. It's Canadian Thanksgiving. They celebrate it in October on a Monday, so we will have our traditional Canadian Thanksgiving Day game there. So join us for that. Also coming up, our 1968 Major League Baseball replay. We're going to have a National League flavor for you coming up. St. Louis Cardinals out west to take on the San Francisco Giants. And in our 1979 basketball replay, Phoenix Suns head to Seattle to take on the defending champs, the Supersonics. Catch all this action here on the Replay Sports Channel. Like and subscribe and tell your friends about the Replay Sports Channel. Once again, this has been Glenn Walker, your host for WFL Primetime. Have a great night.